study this be? Uh, this is called Cateau, I think, or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's French because we're gonna be in Paris. I'm sorry, I butchered it so badly, but this is a new game I've never played. How to play? Click anywhere to continue. What is your name? We are B. I found this game on Steam and it's free and it looked really cute, so. Paris is truly a sight to. Hold on. Settings. Let's turn the music down a little. Paris is truly a sight to behold. I can't get used to it, even having. Okay, we have an issue. This is. Can we do the speed? Normal. I can't get used to have it even lived here for the most of my life. The serene, parting the city in two, the smell of baked goods in the morning, and the buildings filled with history. That's not serene, but even so, living here alone could maybe be a bit mundane, but I don't have to. I share an apartment with my old friend Rosella, who studies veterinary medicine of some sorts. I don't get to spend much time with her as my job's working the evening shift at a small newspaper. Speaking of which, I ought to let her know that I'll be heading to the office for the night in a bit. I knock on her door, waiting a few seconds before entering. Hey, Ro. How are you doing? I'm alright, B. And you? All good. I just wanted to let you know I'll be leaving for work in a few. Ask about school, ask about today. So, what have you been up to? Not much. She looks upset. School? Yeah. Worked from home. Asked if she wants to go somewhere this weekend. Asked if I can help clean her room. Okay, she's got depression. I can tell it already. Ask if she wants to go somewhere this weekend. You know what? It's really nice outside, and we haven't gone out for a coffee together. We should totally do so this weekend when we're both free. Well, it has been a while. You know you want to. Some fresh air will feel nice. Maybe. I might have to study, so no promises. She glances at the clock above the door behind me. Shouldn't you be going soon? You'd wind up late and not too long, right? I'm good on time, actually, but it might be time to break it off. You might be right. I'm off then. I'll pass by the baker's, too. Is there anything you'd like? No, I'm good. Alright then. See you. Something's wrong. I leave her to her own and head for the door. Before leaving, I pat my pockets, realizing that I'm forgetting something. Ro, have you seen my keys? The ones with the cork? Have you looked in the kitchen? I checked to find them on the countertop. I always forget to check there. Good thing she still keeps tabs on me, even if things are different now. Thanks. Bye. Man, how lucky am I to have a view like this going to work? I think to myself as my feet patter against the rounded stones of the old town path. In the shade by the wall, I spot a cat, looking every bit as scruffy as the water, looking serene. Aren't you cute? Oh, Rosella loved this if she were here. She always used to chase after cats, patiently gain their trust and befriend them like some kind of cat whisperer. Whenever successful, which was almost always, she'd memorialize the occasion by having a picture taken, like a big game hunter of old posing with her quarry. I kind of miss that side of her. Maybe a picture of my own would remind her of the good old days. The thought stops me in my tracks, and I study the cat in question. It's just sitting there, gazing over the water as if saying, "Yep, I rule this place." Which, in fairness, it probably did by the looks of things. Looking at the time, I notice that I have plenty of it. I could at least try to get her a picture. What could possibly go wrong after all? But how should I approach? Sneak up on the cat, let it know you're here, and close. Okay, sneaking up is a horrible idea. Let it know you're there, and close in carefully. Better take it slow there. Slow and steady wins the race. And after all, I'm not the sorceress cat whisperer Roselle. I would hate to spook it now, from what was clearly, even to me, a favorite spot of theirs. Not that the cat looks particularly skittish. It has a very well-proud bearing. "Hello there, kitty." I speak softly while closing the distance. When I'm merely a few meters away, it gives me a casual glance out of the corner of its eye. I get the idea and stop. Satisfied with my response, it resumes watching over the still water. I could easily just take a picture of the cat's back and call it a day, but my professional pride berates me from even considering such a notion. It may not be the cuddliest cat in the world, but I will get a good photo one way or another. Wait for the right moment. The cat seems to rather enjoy the view of the water. Ever so slowly, I walk up to the edge, maintaining respectful distance to the cat and sitting down with my legs crossed. The late summer's evening sun shrouding the city in a pink glow, not even the faintest breeze disrupting the mirror, like surface of the water. I glance at the cat. It's basking in the sun with its closed eyes, savoring the warmth. The moment is here. With careful, deliberate movements, I fish my phone out of my pocket and lean in for a picture. The picture perfectly captures the serenity of the scene. Not wishing to disturb the cat any longer, I get up and walk away. "Aw, kitty." That says Lemon. That used to be my nickname. The reply comes through so fast it feels like I got it before I even sent the message. That's a gorgeous photo. That cat looks like a stray. How did you manage to get so close? Tell me. I just took my time with it. I took a page from your book. Gotta learn from the best. Ha ha ha. The best wouldn't go that far, but thanks. Did it take long to get to that point? Not really. It didn't seem to mind me being in the vicinity as long as it could keep track of me, and I did nothing hasty. Strays are often kinda chill if you don't bother them. Be careful though, they can be unpredictable. Kinda got that vibe, yeah? I will be. Almost forgot. Thanks for the picture. I think I'll make that my new home screen on my phone. Good chat, Ro, but I need to hurry up now. Lost more time than I thought here, haha. Go to work. Work went by as usual, and it was over in no time. Dawn is lurking around the corner as I'm heading for the bakery. All the little shops are closed, but the bakers are already at their battle stations churning out their goods for breakfast rush in the coming day. Thanks to having friends in high places, also known as the owner, I'm allowed to sneak in through the back door and get my grubby hands on bread early. Rosella said she didn't want any, but I'll get her some just in case she changes her mind. Besides, you can never have too much bread. I agree. As I leave the bakery with my precious baked goodness, I notice a cardboard box next to the door, which apparently is the residence of a charmingly fat cat sleeping inside. Clearly it's being cared for to some extent, as the floor is draped with a cozy-looking blanket and somebody's made it a little roof to keep the rain out. Is it a new tenant on the street? Or am I secretly blind and it's always been there? I can't recall. Looking around, the nearby area is strangely littered with glass jars, too. Inspired by the success of the earlier cat encounter, I decide to to win further glory by attaining a second triumph moment, one to make Rosella the cat whisperer proud. I dropped my bag and crouched down next to the sleeping cat, where I thought was the sleeping cat. It opens an eye and looks down at me lazily. We're gonna wait. Alright, cat, make your move. I say with the exaggerated voice of a movie gunslinger, waiting to let the cat take the first action, not wishing to pressure it in any way. In a shocking display of heroic effort, the cat opens a second eye and looks at me with a steady gaze. I can't help but feel like it's trying to assess me. Playing along for quite laugh to myself, I strike a pose, showing my good side. Well, if such a thing exists. A few seconds pass before it gets up, lacking any semblance of urgency. It jumps down with the grace of a drunken baboon, landing on its feet, seemingly more by blind luck than any skill on its part. It comes over to me, rubbing up against my leg with a quiet purr. Well, aren't you a friendly little thing? Giving it a few pats along the back before I go, I start to make my way home to that bed which I'm now longing for. At least that was the theory. A very persistent furry friend demands more attention, constantly getting in my way, protesting my attempts to leave very efficiently indeed. I can't deny that it's a very charming thing. As it is, I can't really get a good shot of the cat. It's either at a bad angle or too close to the camera. I need to gain some space. We're gonna try the selfie camera. Maybe I don't need to create distance. I fumble with my pocket as I continue petting the cat with the other hand. In the position I'm sitting, it's difficult to get it out of my pocket and I struggle for a moment. Finally, I prevail against those insurmountable odds, place the camera in front of us, and snap a bunch of photos, hoping that at least one wouldn't be a blurry mess of disaster. I go through them quickly, and there is one close-up picture of the cat's face that didn't end up looking like the photo was taken from us inside a tumble dryer. It will have to make do. A few more cuddles later, I managed to extricate myself from the situation and start off in the direction of home. Aww. That's cute. While perhaps not the best interaction on my part, this picture turned out kind of great. Wow, how did you manage to shake this one? After many trials and tribulations, I managed to nab it in the end. That and approximately 42,372 others that turned out rubbish. But that's besides the point. Ha, I bet. Did you get along well? Kind of. Not bad. Not great, I don't think. I was thinking of trying to feed it. That could work. Just don't give it raw fish or something that could make it sick. Don't worry, I won't. Speaking of cats, my cats are like upset that I'm not coming. They're like, why aren't you in bed? What a day. Keychain rattling in my hand, I unlocked the door, shutting it behind me. Dumping the bag on the floor by the wall, and trudging on over to the kitchen for a bite to eat before bed. I trundled past Rose's door. Shut, as always, just as a faint blue light leaking through the door frame. She must be on the laptop again. Finally arriving at the counter, I have myself a few pieces of fresh loaf before dragging myself into the living room and to the TV. Flopping into the couch, I watch whatever happens to be on, lazily munching away. There's a documentary about life on the African savannah. It'd be just her thing. After a few minutes of deliberation, I get up and going over to Rose's room and gently knock on the door. Hey, Ro, you up? Yeah, B, what is it? Ask her to come watch TV. Can I come in? Sure. Why don't you come hang out with me? There's a wildlife special on. There's lions and everything, just like we always used to catch. There's a few moments of silence. I'd rather not. I want to be alone. Knowing when not to overstay my welcome, I wish her a good night before gently closing the door and heading back to the couch. I don't want to go to sleep. She's upset. I probably screwed up. Never having been one for sitting around, come afternoon I treat myself to a walk. Some might think that walking is a bit of a peculiar treat, but in a city like Paris, it really is. There's always something beautiful to see, something exciting to discover. I've been walking around this city virtually every day for years, and it still never bores me. On the contrary, it helps dislodge writer's block and distract me from others' woes. One of the streets and spots I always come back to, though, is this little old street passing by the small park. The trees happen to make for a great spot to just get away from the sun on a hot day, and an added bonus. Suddenly, I spot an orange fuzz in the periphery, and I instinctively know it's a cat. It's funny that things you notice once you've actively looking for them. Well, it's either that or I've been afflicted with cat-engineered nanomechanisms altering my perception, which in all honesty is a touch unlikely. Ah, look at it! Rather than a fully grown cat, this one's a mere kitten, playing with the leaves beneath a tree. Playtime is disrupted, however, when a pedestrian tramples by, startling the little creature. After having taken over by the tree for a while, it tentatively returns its game and soon blissfully distracted. I'd love to join in, but I don't want to frighten it again either. Sneak closer, not drawing. Okay, I could screw up doing this. Let it know you're getting closer. Oop. That was bad. We're gonna sneak. Rather than... It's skittish, so... Sneak closer, not drawing attention. If it's unaware of my presence, then surely it can't be scared, right? Whenever the kitten's distracted by its play, I approach with soft, quiet steps, gradually making my approach. At a short distance away, the kitten stops, looking directly at me, which would likely indicate that it is now aware of me. I avoid looking directly at it, acting as if I don't know it's there at all. The kitten doesn't resume playing, but it doesn't appear to be terrified, or even particularly bothered by me either. I should try to build its trust. Play with it using a stick, tell it about your day. Well, it's obviously a rather playful sort. Maybe that'd help me befriend it. The tree beside us has kindly enough dropped a twig on the ground that looks like it could double as a cat toy. Picking it up, I give it a try, drawing a figure of 8 in the air. But I've never played with a cat. Sure, it can't be too complicated, but how should I go about it is still a question that needs answering. Large sway, small rapid movements, avoid sudden movements. Small, no? Wow. My cats like small rapid movements. Sneak closer. Like, they love it when it twitches the stick. Large swaying motions could... trying to make entrancing motions with it to get attention. The kitten excited to play. However, it just lays there and soft. Whoa! It just kept. Suddenly I spotted orange. Okay. I didn't get to read that because it was like going so fast. Sneak closer. Play with a stick. Large swing motions. While I've never owned a cat, I have spent a few minutes here or there on the internet and inevitably seen a cat video or two. While I didn't have a crumbled piece of paper on a string to bounce around above the cat, the twig might do as a substitute. I leaned forward a little to better position it above the cat, trying to make enticing motions with it to get the attention of the kitten and excite it to play. However, it just lays there in a soft orange ball, big eyes looking up at me with trepidation. At that moment, I realized that I must have looked absolutely massive looming over the little fellow like that. Quickly, but not too quick, as to avoid startling it, I moved away to give it some space, no longer making such an imposing figure. While my current stance is uncomfortable in the extreme, I managed to at least rouse the kitten from that fearful state. It lacks the confidence to have a go at the twig, but it follows it with curious eyes. Seeming to have done right by the kitten, I get a picture for Ro before saying my goodbye and heading off, hoping to make a better impression next time. Reliable as Old Faithful, it doesn't take long for Ro to respond. Cute! Where did you run into this one? The street by the park. It'd been spooked by someone rushing past. Looks pretty relaxed for such a small kitten that's just been scared. Must have done a good job getting near it. Just applied a bit of common sense, haha. It didn't play along, but it seemed curious. Understandable. Probably just a bit apprehensive. I'd bet it'd be more playful otherwise. I'll try again next time I see it, if I have the opportunity. Anyway, I'll be home soon. See you there. Sounds good to me. When I get home, I enter Ro's room. I just wanted to let you know I'll be visiting the bakery lunchtime tomorrow. I need to grab a cake for Rico from work's birthday. If you want to come along, I'm sure the cat'll be there. I think I'd rather stay here. They say it's going to be very hot out tomorrow. But if you do see it, you know the rule, right? Right. When you see a cat for a second time, you must name it. I remember. I'll head out again and go to work soon. Good luck. When down by the canal, I keep my eye out for the scruffy cat, but I don't run into it again. Go to work. Work turns out like usual, pretty uneventful. After some well-deserved sleep, I head out to grab that cake. To be honest, I'm more excited at the chance of seeing the cat again than to celebrate my coworker. I should get the cat something. It looks like one that would appreciate something edible. I take a quick detour to a grocery store, and I quickly find myself in the small pet aisle. I have no idea what the cat likes, and the picture of the jars litter around its bed pop into my mind. Maybe they had contained something it liked, but I can't quite remember what the label it had. What should I buy? I don't think they can have olives. Normal cat? No. No normal cat treats? Shrimp, then. Shrimp. Glass jar, glass jar. What on earth could a glass jar have that'd be of interest to a cat? Probably not mushrooms, that's for sure. Some seafood, perhaps? Shrimp, most likely. I can't for the life of me recall what label had been on the jar, but surely this couldn't work out too badly. Shrimp are fantastic. But just in case it doesn't enjoy the glory of shrimp, I grab a small bag of cat treats as well. When I reach the bakery, I find the cat resting in its makeshift bed yet again. Good afternoon to you, cat. The cat looks at me as if saying afternoon, all without moving very much at all in its cozy little nook. I can't ever recall seeing any living thing so visibly content with everything. Ro would absolutely adore this cat. As her apprentice, I must follow her word and give it a name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this is a very fat cat. So I think I'm going to name it after my best friend's cat, Myers, even though it looks like Lily and kind of looks like my cat, Squish and Lovey Dovey. Nothing is as fat as Myers, so we're going to go with Myers. Does Myers work for you, buddy? Myers half yawns, half meows. That's close enough to approval for me. I wonder if it'll approve of my choice of snacks to the same extent. Getting the lid out of the way, I go fishing for a shrimp, catching one, shaking off some of the water before handing it over to Myers. The shrimp quickly grabs its attention, sniffing the food. It gives it a lick before biting, causing me to drop it. I would prefer keeping my fingers, so I leave it to Myers. Myers devours the small crustacean and then continues to look around the bed for more. I grab another shrimp, making sure the cat sees it, and Myers reaches out a paw to try to grab it. I give it to the cat, but I feel inspired to try something out. I could have an opportunity here to make Myers earn the snacks. It would actually be kind of cool if I could teach Myers a trick. What should I attempt to teach it? Ooh. High five? Myers has already tapped my hand with its paw to get its snack, so I feel like the basics are there. I enclose the morsel in my hand and extend it. Myers sniffs my hand and tries to reach it, but when it can't, it sits down and reaches out its paw. When it touches my hand, I reward the cat with its treat. I repeat the action, and Myers, clearly at least almost as quick thinking as Spiracle, catches on that intricacies of tapped hand gets tasty food. However, whatever's worth doing is worth doing properly. High fives are no exception. I place another between my fingers, leaving my palm empty. Myers still taps it, gets the prize before waiting patiently while I reload with treats. This time I try to say high five before extending my hand, then removing the bounty from sight. Myers pats the hand again, gazing expectantly upon it, only to be surprised when my other hand is the rewarding it. We repeat this number of times, and while I doubt that my voice command does much, as the cat most likely just takes the visual cue, I'm very proud of the results. I pat Myers on the head, infusing my tone with an affectionate lilt as I praise the cat. However, there are other factors to consider, such as Myers seemingly not lacking food, and that I might end up overfeeding the little fellow. A cuddle couldn't do any harm, though. Scratch its cheeks. Those puffy cheeks look fit for good scratching. Using the tip of my finger, I gently scratch its cheeks before moving to scratching it just behind the jaw. Myers clearly approves, a humming purr radiating from the very pleased cat. It angles its head to give me better access, and the scratching continues for a few moments before turning its head to the other side, and the process is repeated. Myers' purrs slowly grow more quiet until it drifts off into a nap, its head resting against my hand. Ever so carefully, I lower its head onto the bundle of blanket bedding, succeeding in doing so without waking Myers up. I realize that I've already spent much more time with Myers than I had intended, and I need to pick up that cake already. Hesitantly, I give Myers a last pat on the head before saying my goodbyes and escaping into the bakery. It's bustling with more activity than usual. When the owner scurries by, I receive the great news. Business has been doing well, and they were moving to a new, bigger place not too far away. I congratulate her, apologizing for not having much time to chat, before taking my leave, cake in hand. I'm home. Unlike the usual silence, Ro calls for me. B, can you come over for a minute? When when had she last been the one to call out to me? That's something I haven't considered being a possibility in a very long time. Okay, we gotta save. Are you sure you want to return to the main menu? All unsave. How we save? Skip. I guess that's it. Hopefully it's saved. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh no, it did not save. Okay, I'll have to do like a video going all the way back and catch up to the next video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next one. Bye.